Hey everyone, welcome to the season finale of Common Agenda. Well, really, it's more of a series finale because the people who made this show not the most likely show to get canceled on the Emerson channel are actually leaving this semester. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Common Agenda was really interesting before the current EPs of the show took over. Have you seen old Common Agenda? Or as it was known then, the Common Agenda? Let's just put it like this. Caroline Sullivan and John Daniel Deppa are about as brilliant as Justin Timberlake's character in The Social Network because they were the ones who knew they needed to drop the. Now that they're leaving, though, we have to wonder, will Common Agenda get worse with a Trump presidency? Probably, but Common Agenda is sort of like a cockroach and might thrive in a post-apocalyptic world. Did you know a cockroach can live up to a week without its head? Well, they can, and that's the Common Agenda aesthetic, running around in a flippin' wasteland without our heads. But anyway, just sit back and relax and enjoy my retirement party and our last confirmed for good episode of Common Agenda. Wake up to the beautiful sight of brown liquid gushing out of your faucets and an ominous Facebook post to not use the water? Well, the residents of Piano Row were lucky enough to experience this enchanting sight last week. What's perhaps more concerning is all of the very vague information residents got about the mystery water either came from an incredibly peppy RA who uses y'all in all of their posts, or the social justice slacktivist letting everyone know that some people continuously have brown water and we should all check our privilege. No one from Emerson College administration gave residents any information until 5 p.m. They couldn't bother to address this alarming and probably unsafe problem that undoubtedly interrupted an Emerson student's morning routine of taking an hour-long shower while the sink faucets ran. Don't pretend you don't do that every morning. We all know it soothes our anxiety. Meanwhile, we here at Common Agenda would like to point out that last year, when P-Row's Wi-Fi went out, we all got 20 goddamn emails. Glad to see Emerson always has its priorities in check. Now, as far as priorities go, Emerson has been putting student health first. Well, besides that brown water and all. This semester, Emerson College switched to a private ambulance service to transport students experiencing on-campus medical emergencies to local hospitals. I didn't even know that private ambulance companies existed. Leave it to Emerson to find something so niche and then incorporate it into mainstream student culture. Very on brand, Emerson. The switch was likely more about faster response time and nicer EMTs than it was a branding move, but can you imagine this on a brochure? Emerson College cares about providing students with the finest medical transportation services, whether it's a severe case of DH food poisoning or a casual stabbing on Boylston Street. We'll get you there in record time thanks to our private ambulance provider. But don't worry, everyone. Your $60,000 tuition bucks a year isn't going to fund this private ambulance service, as students are billed directly for their rides. Now, it's also that time of year when eager Emersonians find out that they're headed to Hollywood to make their gigantic dreams finally come true at Emerson's LA campus. Most students immediately took to Facebook to announce to family and friends that they're finally getting out of Boston and moving on to the real reason why they applied to this school in the first place. All the statuses quickly flooded with comments from distant relatives and high school teachers asking Emersonians to remember them when they're rich and famous. Because, yes, Aunt Julie, my success in Hollywood is guaranteed. The highly anticipated acceptance emails were actually sent out way later than they had originally been promised, and whoever wrote it apparently still didn't bother to proofread. As many students read the confusing email, it was comforting to learn that they at least had more of their life together than the average Emerson office worker. Now, all of Emerson's academic departments have now sent out their biannual surveys. I'm sure you already know that these course evaluations give you the opportunity to anonymously confess your secret crush on your plants and people professor, or just complain about how your foundations professor doesn't get your art, when really you do deserve a C on that project, because a 10-minute short film shot entirely out of focus is never an artistic choice, freshman. It's a mistake. But I bet you didn't know that you could give the good old Emerson channel your honest thoughts and opinions too. That's right, this semester, just like every other semester, the Television, Radio, and Film Department released a groundbreaking survey soliciting student opinions. Now is your chance to give feedback on what kind of programming you want to see on this here Emerson channel, along with when and how you watch it. This is the place to unload that the Emerson channel has been playing non-stop in your suite since September because your roommate lost the remote, and changing the channel isn't even an option anymore. Or use it to tell everyone which M-Chan host you think is the best looking. Hint, it's me. I fully expect to win that one. Fill out that survey and demand that Common Agenda be upgraded from weekly to daily. Wait, never mind. That sounds like way too much work. Just tell them that we're awesome and that we're your favorite Emerson channel content to watch on mute in the P-Row lobby. And now, in honor of our grand finale, we'd like to inspire our audience to pull a massive prank on our good friends over at the Berkeley Beacon. Now, we love the Beacon. Some might say it's the only source we get for our news stories from. Actually, everyone might say that, because it's objectively a mostly true statement. But I mean, Emerson's a small school, so there's bound to be some overlap of content, right? Anyway, the Beacon has recently added a Submit Tips button to their webpage, so we figured that now would be the best time to send the Beacon a bunch of fun, fake news stories. We need you all to send the Beacon fake tips in order to confuse and bewilder them just for funsies. Tell them the DH burgers are made of people, or that the Dean of Student Life likes to dress up as a panda bear on his day off. Hey, now look guys, I actually just submitted a hot tip that next year Emerson is replacing all of its RAs with cockroaches. This is too much fun. Let's do another one. All right. Lee Pelton likes to lie back in the common and let squirrels eat nuts out of his mouth. Me too, Lee. Me too. Now we're going to toss it over to Christina Guestford with the behind the scenes segment, interviewing songwriter and composer John McLaughlin. Check it out.
Shopping.
Ah, yes, one of Disney's most modern, beloved live-action films, featuring some of the most beautiful humans of all time, like McDreamy Patrick Dempsey and former Versace model James Marsden. But what would be a true homage to and self-parody of Disney's animated features without another hot dude singing a romantic ballad? Never noticed this guy in the movie Enchanted? Well, he got a lot of attention in 2007 for this Oscar-nominated song, So Close, and performed it at the 80th Academy Awards. So yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Boston was blessed to see him perform live at Royale, opening for the band Parachute. I figured he's, trying to move into a more defined spotlight than being that guy who sings in the ballroom in Enchanted, a movie that came out almost a decade ago. But I asked him to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that I knew, even at the time, how impactful it would be. Because, I love Disney, so I told my manager when we got the call, I said, of course I will do it. I have no idea if this is going to be a terrible movie, or a great movie. Thank God it's a great movie and it was really successful, but at the time I didn't know, if it was going to be straight to DVD, kind of a thing that I show my kids, or what it actually became. And, we of course had no idea that the Academy Awards was going to be a part of, the equation and all that kind of stuff. But Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz wrote the song, and they are legendary.
Stephen Schwartz is the guy who wrote Wicked the musical, and Alan Menken is basically the mastermind composer behind every score of your favorite Disney movie.
Just to sing a song in a Disney movie that Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz wrote, that in and of itself felt amazing. It was really rewarding. as a musician and as a writer to be a part of that, meet them, and sort of be a part of their catalog, you know. But since then, you know, I just had no idea the reach that it was going to have and how many people Disney, you know, Disney is a part of a lot of homes, and so anytime that movie is played in syndication, you know, I get tweets all day long, you know. So it's really cool how this one is sort of a small part of everything that I've done, but it's such a huge impact.
And it's true, John has done a whole lot of stuff in that decade since, like produced 6 incredibly successful albums. Since John is basically already living a fairy tale life, having already been happily married to his wife for 10 years, I asked him, well, what's the secret?
Just find a couple things that the other person loves, that makes the other person happy, and just do those things. It's pretty simple.
Now John is touring the world, bathed in the squeals of mid-20-year-olds. But as Lindsay Lohan can attest to, once you commit to Disney, they own your soul for all time. And he'll forever be known on Wikipedia as the ballroom singer in Enchanted. Still, not a bad gig. This is Behind the Scenes with Christina Gesford.
Hey y'all, it's Aaron Kenigsberg back for the Common Agenda season finale, and this week we are doing something a bit self-indulgent and reflecting back on our favorite Common Agenda moments from the past 3 semesters. So here's our writing staff's top 5 moments of Common Agenda. Number 5 on our list of best Common Agenda moments is Peyton's Halloween costume, Scaffolding Love Forever. Not only did Peyton look runway ready, but we were able to honor our beautiful grandma, LB. She really brought the same kind of life to that scaffolding that students get to witness every morning walking to class and during class and as they hit up the DH. Long live the scaffolding, and we can only hope we did it justice this Halloween. Peyton wore it with pride. Scaffolding pride. Hashtag don't scaffold me down. Hey, remember that time when our head writer was going through a phase of thinking that Paul Blart Mall Cop was hilarious? A hilarious meme? No? Well, it happened, and it's arguably still happening to this very day. But this ironic love of all things Blart reached its zenith when Arden forced his sweet mate and romantic partner, John Daniel Luna, to dress up like Paul Blart's long-lost twin brother Steve and arrest the then hosts of Common Agenda for going too far on Black Friday. Geez, that season was really, really weird. Why don't more people talk about it? Oh, that's right. Nobody watches college TV, and the hours of work that we put into the show have all been for naught. At least it looks good on a resume. Last semester, we had one in-studio correspondent, Matthew Bilodeau, who would bring you a top 5 segment every week. Now Matty B has moved on to bigger and better things by moving out to Los Angeles to pursue a career in modeling and hosting. And despite the entertainment industry being one of the most competitive fields, Common Agenda's own Matty B has found success in La La Land. Check some of his modeling pictures and this app he co-created called Orbit. Now, we expect all our cast and crew to go on to become amazingly successful, but we didn't expect you to do it while you were in college. We wish you the best of luck, Matt, in all your future adventures, and just don't forget us when you're famous. Oh, and who can forget the time when we did the ultimate experiment in awkwardness by setting up our own head writer, Arden Yerskis, on a blind date? As the icing of the cake, we filmed the entire thing because what's a better way to get to know someone other than hanging out, drinking tea, and being carefully documented until something funny happens for this very show?
Penguin with a scar.
And the penguin.
Cool.
Thank you.
I'm rarely in here, but I've just never.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You're very obsessed. Oh, Paul Blart.
Yeah, no, he's a passion of mine.
Is he?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
What's your favorite movie with him?
None of them. I hate him actually, but.
It's
It's for giggles, you know. I feel like if you're, I like laughing at this guy. Yeah, where do you wanna go?
In the end, sadly, they didn't end up being the next M-Celeb power couple, but they did entertain us for a few minutes, and hey, now we can all breathe a sigh of relief knowing for sure that Arden's love for Kevin James is strictly ironic. I don't know if you know this, but everyone at this school has a serious obsession with a certain noted auteur by the name of Quentin Tarantino, and obviously his 1994 opus Pulp Fiction. If you've never heard a film student talking about it before, well, you must go to Suffolk because it's the only thing people talk about here. Hot take, Pulp Fiction is a great movie, but the people who love it enough to talk about it daily are damn near unbearable. We here at Common Agenda have spent the past 3 semesters mercilessly mocking these film bros, usually when we can't think of a joke, but mostly because they deserve it. We can only hope the next generation of Common Agens doesn't cease to drag, tag, and body bag the followers of the Church of Tarantino, because they deserve it. That's almost brought a tear to my wee little eyes. What a great time we had embarrassing each other and chirping off bits and pieces of our dignity with every show. But now let's stop and take a second to stop feeding our ego as we check in with Amanda Murphy for our next segment, where we followed around freshman political communication major Christine as she showed us that apparently there really is more to life than this show.
Hey guys, my name is Amanda Murphy, filling in for Aaron Kangaroo here today on MDoc. Today we're back in the little building again to visit a freshman political communications major. Let's go see her. Where is she? She's supposed to be here.
Hey!
Hey.
Oh, you guys must be here for that Emersonian of the day thing, right?
Yeah, but it's called MDoc actually.
What?
Yeah, it's called MDoc.
Okay, look, I don't do very well with change, so I you know what, it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's just go inside.
Okay. Is it locked?
You know what, it's fine. I'll call my RA.
All right.
Hey, are you in there? I locked myself out again. Please help me. Hello? Hello? I love you.
Hi, I'm Christine Vopsva. I'm a freshman political communications major here at Emerson. And a fun fact about me is that Vopsva actually means wasp in Lithuania, which is why on the street everyone just calls me the Wasp. You know what? I got this.
Oh, okay.
What's this camera equipment doing in my living room?
I don't know.
All right. Well, welcome to my suite. It was really important for me to get a suite because I needed a kitchenette. I love to cook, and not to brag, but I'm like kind of a gourmet chef. My food tastes may be a little unusual, but at least I remember to put water in my macaroni and cheese cups.
So why did you come to Emerson?
Not a lot of people know this, but the school just has such a rich and a vibrant history that I was drawn to. The school was founded in 1675 by Ralph Waldo Emerson himself, who later gave birth to our current president, Leobard Pelton. It's pretty amazing. Here we have some framed tweets by Joanna the Scammer. she's like one of my roommate's icons. She's a STEM major. It's a concentration of marketing here. People say we look a lot alike.
I like your lights.
Yeah, we've had them most since August. We're a very festive suite.
Oh, okay.
Here is my room. Sorry the bed isn't made. My mom usually comes in every Thursday and makes it for me, but she didn't want to do it over Thanksgiving, so thanks, Karen. We have my Hillary Clinton sticker here because I'm really passionate about denial. If you look outside my window sometimes, you can see naked people, and that is enthralling, let me tell you.
So why did you decide to study political communications?
I'm really good at lying.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I've been lying this entire time, Amanda. How would you know? How would you know, Amanda? How would you know?
So this is your roommate's side of the room?
I don't like discussing her, Amanda. I thought we've been over this.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought this was an interview, not an interrogation.
What's your experience been like here at Emerson so far?
Like, sexually? I live on the 12th floor, which is the penthouse, so, if you fell out of one of the windows on this floor, you would be more likely to die than if you fell out of the windows on literally any other floor.
Oh, I never thought about that before.
Right? Excuse me. Hi, I'm sorry. I don't know if you know this, but I am the Emersonian of the day.
It's called MDoc.
Thank you. And on an unrelated note, I just ran out of DH swipes, so I don't know if you have a
come on,
guest
let's
thing.
just go.
Have a great day. It's really weird that the sidewalk's open. I mean, I'm still inclined to just walk out into the middle of the street though.
Wait, Christine, where are you going?
I'm getting to class.
Christine, the sidewalk is open.
No, this is better.
What's one of your goals here at Emerson?
Well, I would love to get stabbed. And what better place than Boylston and Tremont? Amanda, let's go.
Okay. Oh, we still
There's
have
no
8
time.
seconds.
There's no time, Amanda! I'd like to thank everyone so much for having me on this episode of Emersonian of the Day.
Technically, it's still called MDoc.
And technically, I still didn't ask, Amanda.
Join us next year when we interview
Lee Pelton
Jay Leno.
and the cryogenically frozen brain of Ralph Waldo Emerson.
See ya.
Bye, I'll see ya. Come on.
Weight is coming up, soaring high, pleading you to stay calm and right. Say you need to sing it up, say you wanna try, say you haven't had enough, say you wanna. Once you get the feeling, once you got the wrong, says it's gonna heal.
Hi, I'm
Oh,
Aaron
cool. So is
Kinnigsberg,
it
host
like
of
an every
EIV's
Saturday
The
commercial?
Dish. Tune in every Friday for your chance to see what kind of bow tie I pulled out of my closet today.
Welcome back to Common Agenda. Now let's talk about something that everyone may feel at one time or another. And by all means stop me if this is a trigger for you, but walking down the dark avenues of Washington Street or even Boylston can be scary at times. And if you're one of those people that doesn't like to walk alone at night, well, you might want to turn up the volume for this segment. Because here to talk about the Emerson Buddy System, an online Facebook group where students can request a buddy to walk to and from locations both on and off campus, are two of the founding members, Teresa Powers and Megan Jensen. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really glad that we got you on the show today. So can you just talk a little bit about what this group offers to Emerson?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a Facebook group where you can post in where you need to go on campus, where you are, how long you need to wait until you need to go, and then anyone can post and comment and say, yeah, well, I'll be there in 10 minutes, I'll walk with you, and you just like to confirm so that you're not walking with someone you're uncomfortable with. And it works great. I think that a lot of kids are a little bit intimidated by ECPD, or they feel weird walking down the street with a police officer, and so it's a nice, friendlier way to meet people and feel more comfortable on campus.
Yeah, it seems like a nice alternative, just like people being buddies for each other. What kind of success have you guys had? When did you start the group?
We started this in October during the Emerson Snaps Back Week, and the whole week was focused on stopping negative attention in public spaces. And we just started by saying, what would it be like if we could just walk down the street and not have to worry about anything?
A concept.
I know, crazy, right? And we established the group, and we thought that it would take a while to kind of get off the ground, but we had people posting it right away that their sororities wanted to help and their fraternities wanted to help, and they were living on this area of the campus or this area off campus, and they were available to drive people home or walk people home or go on the T. So we had people responding right away, which was a really great feeling for all of us.
Yeah, what did that feel like, just getting that kind of engagement right away? I mean, it seems like it's been a big success here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that people are so happy, and we've found that a lot more people are really excited that they want to help with this. It's not necessarily that, you know, everyone's super scared to walk home. It's that people are like, no one should have to walk home alone. Like, I'm totally willing to walk with people, which is awesome. We were expecting a lot more people like asking for walks than people willing to walk with everyone. So it's been really, really fulfilling.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling to know that we're on a campus where people are always sort of ready to lend that hand, I guess. So I understand that you guys have a big partnership this was a new development. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So Safe Halo is this company that was started at Rutgers University in New Jersey, and they provide a really similar service to what we're doing, except theirs is entirely run by students, it's entirely free, and it's private. So you just text a number, you say, I need to go from here to here, and a Halo director will send 2 Halos to walk with you to wherever you need to go, on campus or off campus. And we had reached out to them and said, we love what you're doing, we would love some guidance, can you help us? We just need some tips. And they said, we'll come to Emerson, we'll do it for free, we'll help you guys out with whatever you need. So
no way. So is that on like a bunch of different campuses, or are we the first?
We're the first other than Rutgers,
Cool.
which is awesome. They're super excited. So we're going to be running the pilot program next semester, and then hopefully get the full program started up in the fall, which would mean 5 nights a week.
Sure. So I understand that next semester it's just going to be 1 night a week. So what kind of student involvement are you looking for in terms of getting that going on this campus?
Right, so it's going to be Saturdays from 9:30 to 1:30 in the morning. You can text the number, and we're gonna get around 20 Halos, so applications are open right now, which is awesome. You can go to our Facebook page and fill those out, but you'd pretty much be, you know, requesting to work once a month to every night if you want, every Saturday night. So yeah.
So these kind of walks can go like from Paramount to Piano Row, or they can go like onto the T and things, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't necessarily do onto the T. It's more like we'd walk you to the Park Street T stop or to Arlington or something like that, like within, you know, a few blocks of the school, anywhere, you know, into the Common or wherever you need to go. So.
Well, it sounds like an awesome deal to me, and it's a great way for students to get involved. So, like they mentioned, applications are open on their Facebook page, so make sure to check that out. Where else can Emerson students find you on the internet?
We also have an Instagram, it's Safe Halo Emerson, and the link is on there, and all the information, all the updates are on there also, so that's a really good place to keep updated.
Yeah,
awesome.
And we have a Snapchat, which is also Safe Halo Emerson, so yeah.
Excellent. So Safe Halo Emerson is the place to go. These girls are great, and I think you guys are representing a really great organization, and one that I'm really proud that it's on our campus. I think that's a really great thing for everybody involved. So thank you for being here.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
But all right, since the semester is coming to an end and our creative team is feeling particularly nostalgic, we created a super special segment for our die-hard fans. Now we're going to take a trip down memory lane and take a look at our favorite moments of Common Agenda from the past 3 semesters. Enjoy!
I'm Joshua Samuels, and this is my ostrich, Eduardo.
Hey, Spookersonians! It's me, Sexy LB! Get it? Because of all the scaffolding.
I'm Tom Hanks. Would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling Common Agenda host.
So Brian, can you tell us about your sweet roasted nuts?
No.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could.
Step back from the ledge, you could do it.
We can't really say brand names on the Emerson channel.
Parody law, look it up.
So what class do you have today, Sean?
For the fake segment?
And on this segment of Common Agenda, we're going to be taking a look at which candidate, Trump or Clinton, is more bonable.
When I think of the debates in general, I kind of think tragedy.
You put ISIS in your coffee.
We're all puppets tangled up in the mechanistic strings of day-to-day life.
You look very closely. There's a wild Santa. We found the Santa Claus.
Hey, MBTA, do you stand for Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority or Mad Bad Train?
But you know what else really isn't thought out? Literally everything at Emerson College.
Green Kill. Is it easy being green?
Play us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody. And you got us feeling alright. Come to Emerson.
This whole ghost bit an excuse to plug our next episode? We'll never tell. Have a great and spooky night, everyone.
Yes, you that committed this crime on street stabbing.
Please just don't stab me. You know, actually, on second thought, the election is still going on. Yes, please stab me, clowns, wherever you are, I'm here. All right, everyone, that ends the season of Salt, and now it's time for your favorite host to retire from Common Agenda. What will the show even be next semester? Will Common Agenda be able to survive under a Trump administration? With the election over, what jokes will the writers even make? I don't know what direction the show is headed in, but I'm confident Common Agenda will be back at it with some new shenanigans, or at least a rewrite of last semester's Commie Awards. Because this show is the Emerson Channel's Cockroach, and cockroaches walk the earth with the dinosaurs, which is about the same time Common Agenda first aired. So we'll still be here, regardless of what happens in 2017, still roaming around the Tufty Studios, giving you your weekly dose of self-aware humor. Common Agenda is one of those things you just can't shake. It's always there, whether you want it to be or not. So 20 years from now, you'll see this show's reruns playing in the Piano Row lobby. I guess that means you'll never escape me. This is Peyton Lewis, and for all of us here at Common Agenda, have a great break and have a nice life.